Welcome to the Crew 2, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're going to be talking about a basic guide for beginners of the Crew 2. So make sure you like this video and subscribe. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed the video. I hope you do. Have a blessed day. God be with you. But anyways, when you enter the Crew 2, after you hear some banger tunes at the main menu, you're going to get to the live contracts. Now basically, you're going to ignore these. I mean, you can do them if you'd like. If that's your jam, then you can do that. I'm a Icon 257, I believe. And I have done maybe 2 live contracts in my life. They're the most worthless thing ever, and we'll get into what the icon means later. However, after you click out of that, it'll bring you to this. Now this right here, these are going to be the store, what you can buy here, some of what you can buy, and this will be the live summit. I'll get into that in a second. We have our contracts, we have our live battle, which live battle is just multiplayer. And we have Ubisoft Club. Now Ubisoft Club you won't really use unless you're into that, of course. Live Summit is going to be one of your bread and butter. Now this probably will not come up the first time you open the game. However, it will be here basically every single other time you open the game. Now if we go over to the catalog here, you can see the 372 cars that they have in the game from various different licenses. Basically all of the major brands are here. That we have boats, we have planes, and we have cars. We also have motorcycles and hovercrafts and trucks and all that stuff, but the main 3 are boats, cars, and planes. Now there's a look at your catalog. Now here is your main menu. When you click start, when you're in free drive and click start or options or whatever your button is called, it'll bring you to this menu. Now this menu, it is your crew right there. You can click square, and then that's basically your squad for the game. That's where you can invite people. That's going to be your social hub. Here you can see your vehicles. We'll click on this. This is all of my vehicles here. As you can see, I have amassed quite a few vehicles in my time with this game. Now let me show you here. We'll get into my this car right here, Veneno. As you can see, you can click the car, you can do performance. Now performance is going to be one of the bread and butter things that you look to upgrade in this game. As you can see, you can use the parts to upgrade your car here. The higher the number, the higher the part level. If you look over onto the right side of my screen, you can see the perf level going up and down depending on what I do. The level goes, these are your base ones right here, the gray ones, then it goes up to green. Blue is the 3rd highest tier, pink is the 4th highest tier, and then gold is obviously the highest tier. They give you special perks, as you can see on the part. There are 3 there for pink or for gold. Now as you can see, they don't always go in order necessarily. The number outranks basically everything. You're going to want to put the maximum number on there that you can. However, some of them have perks, like for example this one has 2 perks. I don't really know what they do. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know what they do, but you can tune your car there. Down below you can customize your car. Now this should take us to a customization here, and your main customization is going to be in the house, which I'll show you guys in a second, but this is kind of an abbreviated version. Now this car doesn't have a ton of customization options here. As you can see, I actually might change it to that one because I love that. You spend your crew credits up top, or your whatever bucks. The main black one that you can see in the top right corner, that's going to be your main source of money. The other blue type of one is sort of your microtransaction thing, but you can also get that through doing contracts. Now here we have liveries right here. This is where you can create custom paint schemes and download other people's custom paint schemes onto your cars. That's where I got the American flag on this car. We can go into visual parts here, and you can see there's complete customization. Now this isn't on all cars by any means, however it is on this one. Not all the cars have this detail of customization, but that's part of the reason that I love to do this car specifically, because it has that kind of thing. Now we have vanity here. The only vanity that I actually have, you can do horns as well, but I have these blue tires here. I don't know why it went black. But I have these blue tires that I like to use on my car. So there is your look at your car customization. They're fairly deep customization here. Now you can favorite this car, and then let me show you here. we're gonna back out of the menu here. This is where you can just change, or you can look at your you know, photos here, timeline, narrative, which are like videos based on the story, icon points, and just your overall stats. So if you take a look there, that's my stats. I've put in a decent amount of time into this game, over 3 days it looks like. So yeah, there's that. If you go over to activities here, this is where you can see your percentages and stuff. If you get over 50% in all of these families, you can unlock a boss battle. Now if you beat the boss battle, you'll get these cars, like for example the hovercraft or the Aston Martin or the helicopter or the Lamborghini. I think that's a Lamborghini. I could not tell you. Here, that's obviously your multiplayer, and here we'll get into that in a second. Now you can see here that there are actually there are 13 disciplines. I thought there were 16, but I guess there's only 13. So we have street race, drift, drag car, or drag race, hypercar, rallycross, rally raid, motocross, hovercraft, acrobatics, jet sprint, monster truck, demo derby, powerboat, touring car, Alpha Grand Prix, and air race. So I guess there's actually 14, maybe 15. Yeah, 15. My bad. Sorry, I'm terrible at math, but that's what we have there. Your bread and butter of the game, I'm just going to be honest, this is my opinion. You might like other stuff more, but street race, hypercar, rallycross, or maybe rally raid, I'd say more. I like to do demolition derby. That's not necessarily a crutch. Touring car and Alpha Grand Prix are going to be your main ones. I prefer jet sprint to powerboat, and also acrobatics to air race. Now here is more of your story driven stuff there in the live extreme series. Those will be the kind of ones where you can switch between vehicles mid race. But now we'll take a look here at the live summit. Live Summit is also another main feature of the game here. Basically what it is you do races based on certain requirements, and you have to have certain cars, and however well you do in those races gets you a certain number of points from 0 to 100,000, and you want to try to get the most points, obviously. And there's an online leaderboard. Now whatever place you get in the online leaderboard, you'll get specific rewards. There's a bronze tier, there's a silver tier, there's a gold tier, and there's a platinum tier, I believe. So this week's, they rotate every single week. This week is Dust Bowl. Now they come out on Wednesdays, so this came out today. I haven't looked at this, I'm not gonna lie. So bronze, you get a fame pack that happens every single week there, as you can see. You can see the next 3 as well down there. Silver, you're gonna get, you know, just random. This one you get spare parts. We'll just stick to this one for now. And then gold, you get legendary parts, so that's nice there. You get those for motocross. You can see the little MX symbol up there. And then platinum, you get as well legendary parts for monster trucks. So there's that. And then yeah, so each week has a different theme. This week is Dust Bowl, so I'd assume it's off-road kind of stuff. This week is next week is French cars. Then human Nosball, I don't know what that is. I guess that's like Daredevil crap. And then 19th through 26th is going to be the Super 70s, and then the Flashy 80s are coming soon as well. So you can see that there. Now we'll go into here. Now as you can see, there are 3 sort of lower tier events, I guess you could say. And then so these like take you basically no time. There are no restrictions on cars. Now over here, these 4 right here are gonna be your just normal events there that you do. We got it's all motocross, I guess this week is what it is. So we got, see, I can't play these ones yet, the ones that I've locked, because they require you to have a Yamaha, Suzuki, sorry, I apologize, KTM, and Yamaha again. So I only have this one. There are no restrictions there. And then I have a Kawasaki, I don't even know how to say them, I apologize, that's really embarrassing. But yeah, there's that one. And so yeah, that's a look at your live summit there. As you can see, bronze, you just have to be ranked, so you basically just have to do one event and you get bronze reward. Silver reward, you have to be the top 15,000. Gold is top 8,000, and platinum is top 3,000. Now you can see the number of points required there for each standard. It's not easy. I'm not going to tell you guys that it's easy, but once you finish the actual game, that's going to be your bread and butter there. I do that all the time. I'll have to go back and do that one later. Now we are currently in the street racing headquarters, which I'll show you the map here in a second. It's an open world game about the United States. Now that right there, far and beyond, that is where you kind of buy your microtransaction stuff. You can see that down there. Here are some showcased cars. You can also buy most street racing cars and stuff from there, I believe. And then right here, that's your ultimate car that you can unlock by doing the boss battle. I've already unlocked that, so there's nothing there for me. And then right here is your live battle. Now live battle, see, there are weekly rewards. I'm a silver 3, so I'm not very high ranked. Community and street race. So street race is just straight up street racing, obviously. That's kind of the main thing in this game, so that's why there's an entire playlist dedicated to that. And then community, sometimes that one switches. The community one is just where they, you know, obviously the community ranks are like top 15, and then that's the ones that you do. But sometimes it's like King of Mayhem or other stuff like that. So yeah, there's that for you guys. Now that's about all there is to the headquarters, I believe. I don't think I'm missing anything. That's Latrell, he's a part of the story. But yeah, obviously it looks a lot more flashy than it actually is. Now we'll take you here to the map. If you're on PlayStation, that is going to be the big button in the middle that basically does nothing, like the little pad thing. So as you can see here, this is a map of the United States with all of the events on it. Now, if you click square on PlayStation Remote, you can move over and you can set different sorts of like things that you want to see here. So say you wanted to only see street racing discipline. See, now all of them are gone. Sorry, I messed that up. All of them are gone except the yellow ones. Now, and then, so there's all the street racing ones. Here's all the off-road ones. There's all the freestyle ones. There's all the pro racing ones. So, for example, now here, I'll show you, if we go to default here, these right here, that one, the off-road HQ, this big elephant right there, it's freestyle. This one is street racing, and then over in New Jersey we have the pro racing HQ. So now those are basically all of your main ones. You'll unlock more events as you progress through the game, but these HQs right here, that's where you're going to possibly spend some of your time. If you want to do live summit or if you want to do live battles, you have to go to any of those places. Now if you click on an event here, for example, serial jumpers, you can travel to, you can set a waypoint. So if you want to take advantage of the open world and drive through it and get to explore a little bit, you can set a waypoint for it and it'll track you there. You can change your difficulty. Obviously you have to beat normal before you go to hard, and then beat hard before you go to extreme. And then you can also see the leaderboard there. Below the big touring car thing, which will tell you what event you're doing, you can see the followers that you receive and the bucks you receive if you win. Now this right here is your home. We're gonna take a trip now to our home, because this is kind of the bread and butter of the game. This is where this is basically where you spawn in. If you didn't do what I do and click on the live battles, this is where you're gonna spawn in here. Unfortunately, you can't get out of the car unless you're in the home or in a headquarters. So right now I'm in my living room. Right here we have my favorite car, my favorite boat, and over on the other side my favorite plane. Yeah, I put a Gucci livery on there so you can see that. And over here as well is where you can customize your avatar. You go up to this fire suit here and you can change your helmet. There are many different helmets you can have on. You can change your upper body to whatever you'd like. See, that one's not good. You can change your gloves as well, your lower body, your shoes, your suit. If you want to do that, you can just do no suit, I believe. I'm not positive how to do that, but then you can also do an outfit. So as you can see, these are hobby rewards. Now we'll get into hobbies here in a second. I probably shouldn't have clicked out of that. That was kind of stupid, but instead I'll just show you this quick. We're gonna go to the elevator. See, here we're in our living room. There you can go to your garage and see all your favorite cars, your hangar and see all your favorite planes, and harbor and see all your favorite boats. Now I don't really have any friends that play this game. If you play this game and you want to be my friend, let me know down in the comments. But I don't know if you can show other people your houses. I assume you can, and I assume that's kind of what that's for. But anyways, we're going to use this here to go to hobbies. So you may have noticed that third thing in the main menu thing that I showed you with your vehicles and person thing. There's also hobbies. Now hobbies is a relatively new feature to the game, so I'm not entirely sure how it works, but there's racer hobby, explorer hobby, and collector hobby. Now you earn stars for different things. I'll go into here and get my reward. This is kind of broken sometimes, so we'll see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't load or it lets you go out. Alright, technical difficulties, hang on now. So yeah, that is a feature that is broken in the game. If you go in and to claim your reward, then it just stops. But anyway, so here, as you can see, if we click on the racer ones, there are different challenges that you need to complete that give you stars, and the more stars you can get, you get rewards. Now if we take a look here, it goes emote, 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 emote. Then you get an outfit, then you get an underglow, and then you get a vehicle. Now, I don't know why you would ever want that vehicle. I don't know why you'd ever want it. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. But let's take a look at the other rewards here. That is a much better looking vehicle. Still not phenomenal, but much better for sure. And then if we take a look at the Explorer here, we get a nice Hummer. Now that's a good looking one, and I like the outfit as well. So yeah, there you can see Tom Cruise. Nice. Just noticed that. So good. So good, Tom Cruise. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically it for most stuff. Now we're going to take a look here at the moment that you've all been waiting for, and we're going to get into some racing gameplay. Now, I'll probably just do a little bit of a street race for you guys so you can just see the basics here. Or maybe hypercar. No, we'll just do the middle of nowhere street race here. I'll show you guys this one because it's interesting. So now if you travel to it, obviously you get here. This is my F1 car. If you watched that video yesterday, you know what that's about. If you didn't, then you should go watch it because it's a banger. But anyways, here's your street race. You just drive through that gate. It'll switch you to your car. I made a sort of NASCAR type thing a while back. It's not very good now looking at it, but it is what it is. You can switch your vehicle down there. You can't switch your difficulty when you're in here, I don't think. It'll load for a second, and you just kind of got to sit here and run back and forth. Sometimes I like to slam against this thing for no apparent reason and just burn rubber. Sometimes it'll bring you to a thing, it'll say go to the starting grid and give you 20 seconds to get there, but sometimes it'll do that if it has a specific weather condition that you need to accomplish. So then it counts down from 3, 2, 1. You have a certain goal on the top of the thing. All these cars are ridiculously slow, but as you can see, there are checkpoints. There's a percentage in the top left corner that'll show you how much you have done with the race. There's a timer right below that. Your position is in the top right. The bottom left is your speedometer and also your boost. Your boost is going to be one of the most important things. You'll hold down X if you're on PlayStation or A if you're on Xbox, and that will give you a boost. Now, as you can see, okay, oof. As I boosted, that meter obviously went down, and then it'll replenish over time. You don't really have to do anything, it'll just come back. Every once in a while, your differential over the people behind you will show up on the screen like it just did there. I'm 3 seconds ahead, 4 seconds ahead now. And in the bottom right is your mini map. Now you have to go through these checkpoints. If you don't go through them, obviously it'll just mess you up, and then you'll have to go back through them. Or alternatively, if you hold down L1 and R1, you can do back on track, and you'll lose a couple seconds, but it'll bring you back onto the track, so you don't have to you know, if you get flipped over, get way off track, that becomes very helpful. It's detrimental in some situations, so you have to use it wisely. Now, the way you have to press triangle or Y, I believe, if you're on Xbox, and that'll bring up that. You can turn on your radio, you can retry, or you can abort the gameplay if you want to do that. That's how you do that. I know I had big problems doing that the first time because I couldn't remember how to do that specifically. I would always press the start button or the options button or whatever it's called. I don't even know these days. But I would press that one and expect for that to work, and it just doesn't. So make sure you keep that in mind. As you can see here, you get a little bit of damage. For some reason, the the glass damage is way overblown compared to everything else. So that's a little odd. I've always thought that was weird about the game. You can kind of drift your car a little bit. Yeah, and then another thing that you'll notice about the gameplay is the rubber banding, especially in the boss events, is really, really terrible. Like in this one, I'm so far ahead I won't even notice the competition, but in some events the rubber banding is ridiculous. Like they'll either get ahead by a ton or you'll get ahead by a ton, and so that'll happen to you. Another thing that I forgot to mention on the mini map here as we get to the end is that there are some events like the slalom events that don't show up on the mini map, and you just gotta find them. So yeah, this came up, we beat our goal, so we get a little check mark there. It'll show your money and fans that you've gained, and then your fans go to leveling you up. It goes from rookie to pro to legend to icon, and then it goes up from icon 1 to icon, I think, like infinity. I don't know. I'm icon 258. It's taken me a long time to get there. As you can see, if you win, you pick up a couple parts. Those were those blue box things that you saw there. And yeah, so you can also get points / fans by doing just certain things like going fast in free drive or driving in the oncoming lane. See, you're seeing that right now. Near miss gets you 10. I have speed boost there. And yeah, so that's basically, you figure that out. I don't really do that ever, but it comes with a little tutorial, so you can figure that out if you like. But that is our start of the Crew 2. Now if you press down the right stick, it'll bring up that menu right there, and you can transition into plane whenever you'd like. See, look at that. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, I'll maybe do a little thing on boats tomorrow if you guys would like to see that. But yeah, we can just do acrobatics out here. Touchdown, watch this, ready? Bam, touchdown, touch and go, low altitude. And then obviously you can also do crap like this. Ready? Here, I'll show you, and then this will be the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a blessed day. God be with you, and I will see you guys next time. We're gonna hit the boost and take it straight on in here. Hasta mañana.